Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffle and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovoi Codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. The card you picked is Downcast Pride and is represented by the new moon phase. It is illustrated with the eyes dark with dried blood tears looking downwards. The face of a dark-skinned beautiful elf with gold laurels among her hair is stern and motionless. Roots plunge into her body from a golden collar. The sky behind her as gray as concrete. The sentence that resonates with this is, "The root of sadness and grief is deeper than skin. The only delusion is the gray sky." What this card speaks about is how survival is the direct consequence of adaptation. What we call adaptation is not the results of a subtle but constantly constructive change of ourselves, but rather a mockery of it, as we strip day by day of our dignity in order to avoid conflict with a world that would spread us apart. How can we endure this? Maybe through the power of responsibility, or through a hidden core of identity. Sometimes we don't use the best parts of us, but rather we draw from the ugliest. We survive and bend our knees because we draw out from our laziness, fear, and disgust. We let our deepest roots go dry, replaced by what can only be called a surge of lack of self-esteem. We are deluded when we think that we are only sacrificing our pride. We cling to vanity, but we can't afford dignity. Isn't it sad? Honestly, the true delusion is our faith in fall and winter, while we discard spring and summer as fairy tales. The sky can change color too. As long as we sometimes look up, we can notice. One of the reasons that we do shadow work is to find our true and authentic self, the part of us that is lost because we develop traits, habits, and behaviors in order to adapt to culture. In order to survive, we have to pick up what we deem to be behavioral traits that others will like about us so that we can be accepted. A man becomes a doctor because that's what his parents want him to be, and he is respected by his peers because of his vocation. But what if, deep down inside, he always wanted to be a famous musician? He will never know. And the scary thing is, if he thinks about the what if on his deathbed, dying with regrets even in the company of his loved ones, that can be really, really sad. Take a look around you and ask yourself with this shadow prompt. What's one trait you see in other people that you wish you had? Whether you admire a particular person's determination to go beyond the norm and pursue their passions or their talent in something, ask yourself, why do you not possess this characteristic and how can you achieve it? Even if it means taking small steps, when you're looking for your hidden passions, harness the energies of determination and focus for learning with the Grabovoi Code 212-585-212. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card depicted is Atonement and is represented by the waning gibbous moon. It is illustrated as a woman with long wet hair, staring at the haze of a rising sun. Her top is naked, but we can only see her back. Many swords pierce her body, but no blood is shed. She opens her arms and droplets of water fall from her hands. The sentence that resonates with this card is, accepting pain is a way to survive the pain. Not all things burn, but some should. Atonement is about paying the bills, unadulterated, unfiltered, not negotiated. It is about full and open acceptance of consequences, and a little more. It is also about paying for the price of others, letting go of all ifs and buts and taking it all in. Whether it's ours to take or another to shoulder, if you have a piece of what puts you at fault, normally you would try to separate it and weigh it evenly with what makes the other at fault and with what you made right. A little for little. But it rarely does move anything forward. Sometimes we need a clean slate, and it's done by going through it all, paying more than is due, to create closure, for yourself, for others. You take the dark in, so that others can stay in the light, even if they don't deserve it, even if you don't deserve it. Oftentimes, when we feel like there's negative energies around us, whether or not we cause it through our mistake or by chance, our immediate knee-jerk reaction is to suppress the emotion and try to find higher vibes and energies. This doesn't only extend to you, but when others see you in low vibration, they try to talk you out of it as well. This can come across as toxic positivity, which I cover in detail in one of my videos you can see on the link above or description box below. The thing is, negative energies can be a good thing. They help us sit with it and release it and heal it. Without the presence of them, it is not healed and goes into your subconscious, where it is waiting to come out in the most unopportune time. In your shadow prompt, ask yourself this: what do I regret in my life that I have not atoned for? What unhealed wounds have you caused, and how can you heal from it? Oftentimes, this may mean apologizing or even forgiving yourself. The important thing is that you can finally release and free yourself from it. Thus, you want the Grabovoi Code of Universal Harmonization, which is 148-542-32190, to help you with this session. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card you picked is Blinded to Pain and is represented by the waning crescent moon. It is illustrated with flies. Pin. Not pin, but ordered as bees, feeding off the neatly arranged blood. A woman's chest carved by a blade in a diamond pattern. Full lips, the color of blood. A blindfold on whom the last fly lingers. The sentence that resonates with this card is, carving oneself for every stroke of whip, and feeling so broken that it makes no difference to be whole. T.S. Eliot said, a fly that lives a single day has lived as long as we. Yet, we accept the passage of time like it didn't matter. Like we don't matter. Every day a single line is added to the pattern, a single fly is added to the wall. We should take one more responsibility. We should take a little more abuse. We should take a little bit more pain. We smile in front of a little bit more indolence. We close our eyes to our wounds. We think we can endure it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, we say to ourselves. Like men because it's manly to endure and be strong. Like women because it's feminine to endure and be strong. Like humans because the care and gentleness we feel is precious to others, and we don't dare to actually claim for ourselves. After all, we can do it. But it actually hurts. It's painful. Tears are better than feeding flies with our own blood. We can scream and say no, or ensure nonetheless. But remember that we are just humans, neither heroes nor saints. We have all at times taken on more than we can handle, and oftentimes we grit our teeth and push through, only to create more stress in our lives. We do it because we want to do things for people, and it makes us feel good that we can help or at some point even better our lives. But people do take advantage of it sometimes. When they become so used to our help, it seems like it is required out of us from then on. Ask yourself with this shadow prompt: is there anyone that takes advantage of my kindness? This card is not about cutting someone off, but being aware that someone is taking advantage of you allows you to make better choices at setting boundaries. But what if you feel like it's family that's taking advantage of you? Awareness of this allows you to set healthy boundaries, such as having some me time to decompress. If you have a child, know that by having time to decompress and relieve stress puts you into a healthier mindset to parent your child. Don't push yourself to the limit that you break. Now is the time to take a look around. Use the Grabovoi Code 918-794-8181 to self-heal the body when you begin your shadow sessions. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.